I don't know, I never have stress coming here, like, and to play at all. Like, I never feel stressed out about how I'm gonna play or like what I'm gonna play. Like, never even think about it. Like, you just come into the basement, like, oh, we're gonna play whatever they want to hear, and it's gonna be fun. It's a really feely room in there. Not a lot of places are like that.
Supermarket is my social life. All the ice cream here is really stupid overpriced.
The basement's been around for a really long time, way before me. It was Sammy's and Skizzy's, and there's a bunch of different things it was, and then it got put down here, and when I came it was just the basement.
I like how therapeutic it gets. Like, I don't know, like no matter who's here, like if it's a small crowd or if it's like a packed night and stuff, like everyone here is like really zoned into the music and is like really here to like hear the new sounds and be a part of the new sounds. And I think it's just really cool. It's a cool environment. Guava Tree is a psychedelic band. I'd say that like that's the best way to describe our sound. In musical terms, psychedelic means engaging. That's all it really means. Our big goal that we have as a band is to keep the crowd super engaged and like to really pull the crowd into the song, just like we are pulled into the song. Like we get really zoned into it and we're like, oh damn. Like, Guava Tree is one of the most unique bands I've ever played in. I've never been in a band before that I never have to tell anyone what to do. We just show up and serve the song together, and it's cool. Being a performer isn't necessarily about the spotlight. It's more about just like being a part of what's going on in that moment, you know, and how I can best show up to be that part of it, you know what I mean?
Type of music at the basement, we have a lot of indie, a lot of punk, some emo bands. We do still have some metal music here, and we have the acoustic stuff that's played at open mic. We got it all. The type of crowds that come to the basement are very different every single time. There are like regulars that come to almost everything, but there's bands like Poor Sports where they bring their own little group of people, and those people will go to Poor Sports shows and they love Poor Sports, they want to go there.
The name of our band is Poor Sports, not the Poor Sports. It has a period at the end of it on all streaming platforms. I would call it like indie punk or emo. A lot of people have a weird like idea of what emo is, which is like, I don't care what you think emo is.
Midwest emo, alternative emo is what people call us a lot.
Yeah.
Our songs mean a lot to like all of us, and it's cool to see like you go up and play a song and like you have one way that it makes you feel, and just see how it makes like everybody else feel.
Yeah, it's cool to like share with other people.
Yeah, like you put it out and then they like give it back to you.
It's a scary thing, like going up there, like especially singing, like especially our music too. It's like deep and personal sort of lyrics, and I'm just going up and saying all this stuff that's very important to me in front of a bunch of people.
It's like a very euphoric experience. When I was in high school, like I would like fantasize about playing music in front of people.
Oh, me too. Dude,
because I just like, I always watched bands on like that looks like such a cool thing. And now that I'm able to actually do it, it's just like something that I'll never forget. And even if we never get that big, it's still just like an experience that I'm like really grateful for.
So the art on the walls. I was not actually here when a lot of it was done. I heard there was a really cool show, and it was like an art show, and people just kind of came and painted. And so I know a couple people that did some of the pieces on the walls, and I think it's awesome. And we've tried to expand it, and so we're doing more on the other sides of the walls, and we're starting to get more new people in and do things with the stairs and just kind of paint everywhere, because I think it's so cool. I think it really gives the basement a name and a look for itself.
Our band name is the Painted Roses. I formed it in March of 2018.
How would you describe it?
I would say indie psychedelic surf rock.
I would say we play, yeah, that's a good way. I'd say more like a modern retro. Is that a good way to say it? Yeah. I like connecting with the crowd when I perform. When that feeling when like the crowd and the band have kind of like connected at a level. That's my favorite part.
Basement definitely gives off a literal underground vibe. When you're down here, you don't feel out of place. Like, it really does kind of just seem like another really good music venue.
I don't know, I feel like that underground indie scene up here kind of feels like it's thriving when you come in here. It's like, it's not, you know, sketchy.
I don't think I've ever met another band in the scene that didn't love playing here.
Yeah.
The basement is sometimes difficult to run because it's just so unpredictable. And so you don't know if 5 people are gonna show up or if there's gonna be 200 people down here. I always have anxiety about it all the time because I'm just like, I know how good these bands are and I want people to see them, but I don't know if people are gonna come. I don't know what people have going on. You don't know who's gonna be there. You don't know what they're gonna like. You don't know what they want. I think it's hard to please everyone. And I think Rexburg is hard sometimes. I think people struggle in Rexburg and they feel stuck pretty easily. So when I first came to Rexburg, I was just not in a good place. I was just very cold, not very nice to people, and I was just a hooligan, I guess. But I came here and I kept telling my friend, like, let's just leave. Like, and so we stayed, and the last band that played was The Moss. And I remember I stood there and they played like the first 10 seconds of Tracy Arm, and it was like every cold part in me just like cracked open, and I was like, holy cow, like I want to do that for people, because it was just amazing. And it was just like, I know I'm not gonna get up here and sing, I know I'm not gonna give people something to listen to, and so I knew that I wanted a space where people could do that, because it was just amazing. You know, the most gratifying thing is watching people come and hearing something they didn't think they were gonna hear, or being touched by something that they didn't think this small town Rexburg band knew how they felt and knew what to say to them to make them feel heard. It's just so gratifying to see people fall in love with something they knew nothing about before. I think when people come to the basement, I just hope that they kind of feel at home. I hope that they feel like, you know, it's this cool underground place where they can just be themselves and not worry about anything else, and they can like the music they want to like, and they can be with the crowd they want to be with. And I think it makes it really special. I think it just makes people feel at home.